There's a first time for everything, and this video is all about my first time driving a side-by-side. So I hope you enjoy following along as I literally lose my side-by-side virginity, and what a first time it was. The KRX 1000 is Kawasaki's top dog side-by-side. It's an off-road athlete that comes kitted up with some of the very best hardware in its universe, and it looks like the Warthog from Halo 2, which is awesome. There's big clearance and special placement and shielding for vital components to protect them from the terrain beneath. My tester came with rock rails, mud tires, front diff lock, and even a snorkel kit that allows it to drive through chest-deep water. It's all powered by a 999cc engine which sits just ahead of the rear axle, and it sends 112 horsepower to the ground, while towering Fox shocks at each corner provide precision damping control across a massive amount of suspension travel. With these ingredients as the basis of its recipe, KRX 1000 serves up huge confidence, consistent ride comfort on challenging terrain, and sharp, eager, almost dramatic responses to its operator's inputs. So a machine built and equipped for the shopper who wants to go all out, someone after the top performing side-by-side from their favorite brand, a new toy or a new tool that'll help them connect with new places, new hobbies, and new experiences. And it's all dialed in to keep you grinning every step of the way. The Kawasaki KRX 1000 intends to be your all-access pass to any outdoor adventure you've got in mind. Recently, I had the opportunity to spend some time with the KRX 1000 while enjoying what's become, for me, an important new hobby, getting out and exploring the world around me. And since this is one of the gnarliest side-by-sides on the scene, it was going to make for a very memorable first time. Importantly though, this machine is built, powered, and equipped to satisfy the pros, but it's also an approachable machine for a rookie like me, and a machine that will leave rookies like me with loads of capability to grow into as they become more experienced and adventurous. Kawasaki turned to Fox shocks for the suspension, tapping into years of expertise in off-road racing. The suspension system is engineered for maximum control and comfort in severe use, and seems to work better the faster and rougher the terrain passing beneath. Mogul surfaces that send crossover SUVs bounding and slamming down the trail barely even register to the KRX's driver, ditto running over a log, a rut, or the sort of rock you'd slow down to avoid if you were in a road-going pickup. The clearance is huge. The tire treads are designed to chuck muck, claw over loose rocks, and climb things so steep and slippery you'd struggle to tackle them on foot. It chews right through the same sort of peanut butter and boulders terrain that would spell the end of the trail for a Jeep Wrangler or your F-150, at least with factory equipment. Quickly, the KRX 1000 encourages its new operator to quit worrying about getting stuck or scraping the floor pan. That's thanks in no small part to the hilariously point-and-shoot traction, combined with a suspension that seems to say, didn't hurt, to just about everything you drive over. Even when passing over big bumps and obstacles, I was never compelled to swear out loud and apologize to the machine. So it's not long before even an apprehensive off-roader like me stops wincing and worrying about scraping or slipping or getting stuck, and starts smiling as the KRX 1000 strikes worry after worry from your mental checklist. More importantly, you're having fun and feeling well supported as the machine invites you to see what it can do at your own pace. It reminds me of driving a Porsche 911, big performance capabilities, but more than happy to just go for a relaxing drive if you like. Both machines are easy to learn with, and you're having a good time whether you're pushing it or not. The KRX's steering is light and quick, almost like a go-kart. There's low-range gearing for crawling and climbing, and it can inch you down a boulder-strewn hill without having to touch the brakes. The operator and passenger sit up high and alert, and you feel the machine's suspension and driveline doing the work beneath you, the Fox shocks acting as a sort of ride-quality force field between you and the trail. It's almost like riding a mud-caked lazy boy with massive ground clearance. With its rearward mounted engine opened up, the KRX 1000 is a smooth performer. A 1-speed CVT transmission means that it oozes off the line with no hard kick or jump, which might leave sportier drivers wishing for a more dramatic launch. But the power curve arrives smoothly and with plenty of force. The acceleration is swift, steady, and totally uninterrupted. With your foot to the firewall and a little momentum behind it, the KRX 1000 surges ahead in a serious hurry. And that's a good thing, since higher speeds and uneven surfaces allow drivers to see some of its suspension's very best work. At some point before long, you'll be inspired to open the KRX all the way up, perhaps on a mogul-covered rail bed that connects one trail that you're exploring to the next. And it's that exact situation where I was wearing the biggest grin of my entire test drive, with the engine hammering away behind me, speeds approaching 100 kilometers an hour, and the Fox shocks working their magic beneath. I was comfortably flying over a surface that has to be tackled at walking speeds in a road-going vehicle. Covering rough and sloppy ground quickly and comfortably is, after all, the KRX 1000's most impressive talent. Drivers can fly down the trails, taking a half dozen or more scenic stops in a day's ride, and you'll arrive at each of them feeling relaxed and comfortable. Maybe that's for a picnic, or for some photography, or just to catch up with some friends and family. You're maximizing how much of the great outdoors you can cover in a given day. And if you're into outdoor photography, this means more shooting per day and the ability to move at high speed from one photo stop to the next, maximizing daylight. And with my tester's accessory light bar, there wasn't even a rush to get out of the wilderness by dark, since the trail ahead can be positively soaked with clean white light at the flick of a switch. Plus, with no paint to scratch, a fully protected underbody, and my tester's built-in winch, you've got little to worry about and lots to enjoy, even if you'll keep on exploring once the sun goes down. On gripes, the KRX 1000 did leave me wishing for better rearward sightlines at times, and shoppers should consider the limited storage for larger items they'd like to keep protected. My camera bag, for instance, typically sat on the front passenger seat or on the front passenger's lap, firmly sealed into a garbage bag to keep out the sand and mud. A trip to the accessory catalog may be required to kit your KRX up if you'll be bringing much gear along for your adventures. All said, apprehensive first-time riders will probably need a few rides to feel things out, but once you do, the KRX 1000 is all smiles. And before long, you stop worrying and begin enjoying a carefree thrill ride in your own off-road sports car. My name is Justin Pritchard for Driving.ca, and if you enjoyed this video, consider clicking on like, subscribe, and notify down below so you never miss a new upload. And until next time, take care and drive safe.